Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Moreland Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Moreland Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I, as a contractor, appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
Happy Monday, everyone. Lead meteorologist John Choquette here for our daily forecast. Sponsored as always by C3 Group, Moreland Law Group, and the American Contractor Show. In the description below, you can check out that link. Also check out the Linktree app link as well to check out our other platforms if you're not watching us on Facebook or vice versa. And we'll eventually have links to our sponsors from there as well. So we're jumping right into it today. We have a high chance for some really big hail today across Texas, from Amarillo down to Del Rio. We could see some giant hail somewhere in there. It's a great storm chasing day. Derek's already out heading to Texas to go hopefully get the hail stalking or some big time hail, and that's going to turn into a wind risk, also impact some other areas. We'll go over that as well. We have a pretty complicated week ahead, so basically there's going to be storms every single day this week. However, pretty much what's going to happen is whatever happens today impacts tomorrow, which then subsequently impacts Wednesday, and so on and so forth. So it's a pretty complicated forecast, so it's a pretty muddy outlook. So we're kind of taking it day by day here. And finally, we do have some events coming up here with Hailtrace. Got a couple webinars, I believe, tomorrow. I think Derek's doing one with Job Nimbus, and another one, which I can't remember off the top of my head. And also, we have other events, so you can come check us out there. First of which is the Calm Before the Storm charity golf tournament here in Foxhall Golf Course for C3 Group. That's going to be on the 20th. That's this week here in the Denver area. And you can come check us out there. And we also are going to be in Colorado again on June 4th for the 36th annual CRA trade show in Power Field near Denver. So you can check us out there. The storm season's just starting here across Colorado, so we're there representing, and hopefully we'll bring the good hail luck with that going into your June. So what are current conditions right now? Well, we have a whole bunch of activity, a lot of rain here in Texas, down to the south here. The main risk area from Lubbock down to San Angelo, look at that, nice sunny skies. That's causing that potential for some real intense storms later on this afternoon. We actually have some activity, severe thunderstorm here, getting closer to I-35 near Lampasas, heading towards the Killeen area. It looks like that's been dropping at least quarter-size hail for a while here. That's moving off to the south and east, and is actually leaving a boundary that you can kind of see on satellite here. See this little stream of clouds through San Angelo up towards Lubbock. That is what's going to be a big trigger for some storms today. Temperatures everywhere else, it's actually pretty nice across a good chunk of the country. Actually warmer in New York City than it is in Dallas right now because of all this rain and thunderstorms that occurred, and even warm up into Minneapolis as well. We're finally feeling like May. Looks like all this cool weather is finally going away here, and that is going to lead to the potential for more storms in areas possibly other than Texas over the next couple of weeks. Here's your dew points. You can see a nice line right here. This is another boundary layer that storms are going to want to anchor on to have really some fuel for later on today to make that big time hail and possibly some tornadoes. So we'll be watching, seeing where this is going to be going here over the next few hours. Expecting it to raise up to the north towards Dallas. So you have that 72-degree dew point in San Antonio and only 64 in Dallas. That will increase as the afternoon goes on. Here's your forecasted CAPE. This is available energy that we have, and you can see a ton of it. All that red, it's a lot of energy to work with, and that's nosing all the way up towards Lubbock by about 3 o'clock. Pushing even further towards 7 o'clock. Storms will be ongoing at this point, and you see that really high amount of energy available to the west of Dallas. A lot of storms here are going to have some big time hail across the area, and that will push towards the Dallas area overnight. And then well into the overnight hours, a big time complex of storms going to be heading towards the coast, and it's going to complicate things for your Tuesday. So future radar, this is going to be through this afternoon. You see here about 4 o'clock, storms are firing near the New Mexico border west of Lubbock here. These little guys will likely have a couple of them really take off, and then by about 7 p.m., this particular mile run, we've got one big time supercell here north of San Angelo. We got some storms over by Lubbock, and then some other storms even up by Amarillo. And as we keep pushing through the evening hours, by about 9 o'clock, notice it turns into quite the complex of storms. Again, this is just one model, one particular run we're looking at here. This one's getting pretty aggressive with the more linear fashion of these storms. Notice anything out ahead as well, anything isolated, that's where your big hail chances are going to be. And even by 10 p.m., got something trying to form by Dallas, moving out to the north, and storms moving into the Metroplex by about 1 a.m., as well as moving into the Oklahoma City area by about 1 o'clock in the morning. These are going to be some real loud thunderstorms, and we'll have some storms moving through about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. We're going to shift over to Colorado as well, because it was covered by our future radar banner here. So at about 3:30 Central Time, 2:30 Mountain Time, we're going to have some storms trying to form in the mountains there, and they should roll off the Front Range by about 6 o'clock. Potential for some hail from Denver down to Pueblo. Nothing too crazy today. I think a lot of rain's going to take over. Notice here by 9 p.m. there's going to be a ton of rain in the area all along I-25, and that's really going to minimize hail potentials for sizes outside of far southeastern Colorado. So that's what we're thinking, probably not too much in the really big hail for Colorado today. For your maximum hail size, softball size hail is looking likely, at least somewhere here in Texas. Whether or not it hits the city, that's going to be trying to hit the needle in the haystack out in Texas Panhandle. And what we're seeing for the most at-risk cities, Lubbock for sure is the most at-risk city at a very high chance for some hail today. Abilene, Amarillo about the same, a little bit less, moderately high. Dallas, I think by the time storms get to you, there are a couple indications we could see some big hail heading into the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in the overnight hours. However, I think storm mode's going to win on this one. It's going to be more linear, more wind, heavy rain, thunder, and lightning. I think the hail sizes will be pretty limited and pretty minimal across the Metroplex. Oklahoma City and Denver. Oklahoma City, probably you have a real small chance. It's got to be, everything lines up perfect for Oklahoma City to be impacted. You will see storms tonight if you're in Oklahoma. Probably everywhere in Oklahoma will see storms tonight, but I don't think you're going to see anything in the way of big time hail like you're going to see in Texas. And then over by Denver, also a low chance for hail as well. So what's that hail forecast looking like here across the country? We have everywhere from Denver, Colorado, all the way down into near the Mexico border. You know, it's the big bullseye here in Texas. We're going to start off here in Colorado. We've got that low chance in Denver of maybe up to some quarter-sized hail. I think as storms roll off the mountains here, we'll have a lot of that sonic ice hail, you know, the Dippin' Dot size hail with some quarters maybe mixing in. And then further to South Pueblo, you guys had some golf balls yesterday. I think you could see that again today. And then as we push down to the south here, this is where the real meat and potatoes of the risk is going to be. High chance for Lubbock with that potential of anywhere here in the hatched area. You could have hail even larger than, say, tennis balls if storms happen to line up just right. I think somewhere in the hatched area we'll see that softball size hail. Most likely chance in the purple, moderate chance for Amarillo, low chances again for Oklahoma City and Dallas. I'm pretty much hedging my bets here. Again, really leaning towards that storm mode of more linear storms. You could see some winds up to 70 but I think your chances of that hail are going to be pretty low across the Metroplex. And then further to south here, a moderate chance for Del Rio as storms move across the Rio Grande into America, as we have the last couple weeks here. And then over by Houston, there could be some storms very late tonight after about 4 o'clock in the morning. So that's city forecast specifically for Lubbock, Texas, between about 5 and 8 p.m. tonight, up to that 3-inch hail, possibly even bigger than that. High chance of at least quarter-size hail, moderate chance of golf ball-size hail or larger. My biggest concern, the big fly in the ointment for Lubbock today, is storms might form east of you. That is really the only thing I can see that could possibly have any issue, other than the fact that you got big time, you have a big surface area to work with here in the Texas Panhandle, and Lubbock's a tiny little dot. But if you guys work Lubbock, you live in Lubbock, you know that it's pretty easy to have hail happen. So we'll keep an eye on this for you guys. Of course, we'll go live if anything crazy happens in the Lubbock area. Pushing ahead to tomorrow, this is the best guess that one of the models has for tomorrow. Again, it's just one possible solution here out of many solutions. I think what we're going to see tonight will really impact what's going to happen tomorrow. This is about 2:30 in the afternoon here. We have some storms across the Red River Valley down towards Dallas, possibly some storms over by the Texas Panhandle. As we push to the afternoon hours, this does show a pretty intense area of storms somewhere between Dallas and San Antonio that could have some pretty big hail with it. This is about 6:30 p.m. and that's going to keep pushing off to the east. We'll be watching that super carefully. I think somewhere in Texas along the I-35 corridor is going to be your target for tomorrow. And then as things push off to the east, we'll be calming down, and then the next day we have more rain coming in. That's what's complicating the forecast. See, it's 7 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. We're seeing a bunch of activity showing up in southwestern Oklahoma. We're gonna keep seeing that pop up and leaving boundaries, and where we get that instability is where we're gonna see storms, and we're not really gonna know that till the morning of. So this is your forecast for tomorrow, preliminary anyway. Best I can do at the moment. This will definitely change by tomorrow. But what we're seeing right now, we have everywhere from about Kansas City to Wichita to Oklahoma City. You have that low chance of possibly some marginally severe hail, at least as what we're looking at right now. I think we will see storms. I think the big question mark is going to be how much we get tonight, and if it wipes out the instability for tomorrow, except for everywhere except for Texas. So I'm keeping it low right now. We'll readdress this tomorrow. Further to the south here, I think Dallas-Fort Worth, you got that moderate chance. Moderate chance as well for Austin. I just don't have it on here. I think you guys have the best chance for storms. What we're looking at right now, I have up to golf ball size hail. That will again change as we get to tomorrow morning. We can really see what's happening, how much instability we have to work with, or if the rain is really going to work over the atmosphere too much. So right now, moderate up to that golf ball size, and then low chance down towards San Antonio. So that's the next couple days we're looking at here. Again, I'm not going too deep into the rest of the week other than the fact that we will see storms, and it's going to be pretty consistent here across Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. So stick with us. Check out our videos every day at 12, and we'll update you guys with what we're seeing for each day. And of course, if we go live, we'll go live. So make sure you have those notifications turned on Facebook or on YouTube. You can check us out on Twitter and Instagram. It's all at Hail Trace. We're also trying to get a TikTok together as well, so that'll be premiering in a few days here. You can give us a call, 855-334-4245. Any comments, questions, or concerns you need to set up. If you're in the Lubbock area, it's been quiet so far this year, so give us a call and get you guys rolling before the storms. info@hailtrace.com is our email if you don't like talking to us on the phone. Of course, you can visit our website for more details as well, or you can click on the link in the description below and it can take you to all of these wonderful sites as well. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. Do those hail dances. Maybe we'll be back for some live coverage later, and if not, we'll see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. like we do every single weekday. Have a great day, everybody.